Let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered why some people succeed while others struggle? Why is it that only a small percentage, just 1%, rise to the top while the rest remain stuck? Is it luck? A secret formula? Some hidden advantage? No. Success is predictable. It's not luck, and it's not magic. It's hard work and discipline. It's waking up early, staying late, and pushing through when everyone else gives up. But here's the truth. Not everyone will do it. Not everyone wants to do it. And that's fine, because success, real success, isn't for everyone. It's not for those who want to sleep in. It's not for those who make excuses. It's not for those who fear discomfort. No, my friends, success is for the few. The few who dare to dream bigger, work harder, and sacrifice more. The few who refuse to settle. The few who look in the mirror and say, I will not be like everyone else. So the question is, are you one of them? Because if you are, then this message is for you. If not, well, then this isn't for you. Let's begin. Success has a price, and most people aren't willing to pay it. They see the results, the fancy cars, the beautiful homes, the freedom, and they think it just happens. They think success is some kind of lucky break or a random twist of fate. They see someone who's made it and think, that could be me if only I had that opportunity. But I'll tell you right now, nothing about success is random. It's not about luck. It's about making the choice to pay the price. Success is earned, not given. Most people will spend their lives thinking that success is just a matter of timing or luck. They'll convince themselves that they're waiting for the right moment, the perfect opportunity. And that's exactly why they stay stuck. Success isn't about waiting for the right time. It's about taking action now, regardless of the circumstances. It's about making the commitment and sticking to it even when it feels like the world is against you. The price of success is high. It's not just about working hard when it's convenient. It's about working harder than you ever imagined when it's uncomfortable. When others are playing, you're working. When others are taking breaks, you're pushing forward. When others are making excuses, you're taking responsibility. It's about waking up early when everyone else is still asleep and going to bed late when others are resting. It's doing what needs to be done when you'd rather not do it. Success demands your time, your energy, and your focus. But here's the kicker. Most people won't pay that price. They won't push through when it gets tough. They won't keep going when their energy is drained, when they feel like giving up. They'll find excuses. They'll convince themselves that it's too hard, too much, that they need a break. They'll talk about all the reasons why they can't and ignore the reasons why they should. It's easier to settle for what's comfortable. It's easier to settle for mediocrity. And that's why most people never reach their potential. They settle. They look at others who have made it and they wonder why they can't have the same success, not realizing that those people paid the price. They did the work. They fought for it. The truth is, success is not for everyone. Success is for the person who is willing to do the hard work, to make the sacrifices, to take the hits. It's for the person who will still show up, even when the world tries to knock them down. When you want to quit, success is for the person who says, I'm not done yet. When others are giving up, success is for the person who digs in and finds the strength to keep moving forward. It's for the person who, when faced with a challenge, doesn't say this is too hard, but says, I'm not backing down. Every day is a decision. Every day is a choice. A choice to get up, show up, and do the work no matter how tired you are. A choice to stay disciplined when the world is telling you to indulge, to slack off, to give in to distractions. Most people don't realize this, but discipline is the true price of success. The ability to keep going when no one is watching. The ability to do what's necessary, even when it's hard. The ability to say no to short-term pleasure for long-term gain. You see, success is not about doing what feels good in the moment. It's about doing what's hard, what's uncomfortable, what requires sacrifice. The road to success isn't paved with shortcuts or easy paths. It's built on the foundation of hard work, persistence, and sacrifice. The price is steep, but the rewards are worth it. But it's not just about the external rewards, money, status, recognition. The price of success is also paid in terms of character. It's about who you become in the process. Every day you pay the price, you're not just building your wealth, you're building your character. You're building your resilience, your discipline, your ability to handle adversity. Success transforms you. It makes you stronger, sharper, more capable. You don't just achieve your goals, you grow into the person you need to be to sustain that success. Now let me ask you, are you willing to pay the price? Because the price is high, but the payoff is even greater. It's not going to be easy, it's not going to be quick, but if you stay committed, if you keep going, even when it seems impossible, then success is yours. The question is, do you want it badly enough? Do you want it more than you want comfort? More than you want ease? More than you want to give up? Because that's what it takes. Success isn't for those who are looking for a quick fix or a simple solution. It's for those who are willing to do whatever it takes. Success is for those who are willing to pay the price. And if you are one of those people, then get ready, because what you'll achieve will be beyond anything you've ever imagined. Let me tell you something that most people won't understand. The way you think determines the way you live. It's not about your circumstances, your background, or how much money you have. It's about your mindset, the way you view the world and your place in it. And that mindset is what separates the 1% from everyone else. The 1% think differently. They don't just go with the flow, they swim against the current. While the majority are waiting for things to happen, the 1% are making things happen. They don't see obstacles as reasons to stop, they see them as challenges to overcome. They don't think about what they can't do, they think about what they can do. And that's the key. They focus on possibilities, not limitations. You see, most people have what I call a mediocre mindset. They wake up each day and go through the motions, doing just enough to get by. They're comfortable with average. They're comfortable with mediocrity. They're comfortable with the status quo. But if you want to be in the 1%, if you want to live a life that most people only dream about, you have to change your thinking. The 1% mindset isn't about wishing for success. It's about working for it. It's about setting clear goals and doing whatever it takes to achieve them. It's about looking for opportunities, not excuses. When something goes wrong, the 1% don't blame others. They take responsibility and figure out how to fix it. They don't wait for life to hand them something. They go out and take it. You have to start thinking like the 1%. You have to think about what's possible instead of what's convenient. You have to be willing to do what most people aren't willing to do. And that means making sacrifices. That means putting in the extra hours when everyone else is watching TV. That means learning new skills when others are resting. That means investing in yourself when others are wasting their money. You see, the 1% don't settle for less. They demand more from themselves because they know that their success is up to them. But this isn't something you can turn on and off. This is a way of life. The 1% are always thinking about growth. They're constantly looking for ways to improve, to get better, to push their limits. They understand that there's no such thing as good enough. They believe in the power of constant improvement. They understand that in order to achieve extraordinary results, they have to continually challenge themselves, to stretch beyond their comfort zones, and to push through the fear of failure. This is the 1% mindset, the belief that you are in control of your destiny. That's the shift you need to make. Stop thinking that the world is happening to you and start realizing that you can happen to the world. When you take responsibility for your life, you take control of your future. It's not easy. The majority of people will tell you that you're crazy for thinking this way. They'll say it's too hard. They'll say you should play it safe. They'll tell you to keep your expectations low, but if you listen to them, you'll never make it. The 1% don't listen to the crowd. They don't follow the herd. They know that success requires standing out, being different, and going after what others won't. You have to cultivate this mindset. It doesn't come naturally. You have to decide every single day that you're going to do things differently. You have to choose to be in the top 1%, not by chance, but by choice. And that means thinking bigger, acting bolder, and living a life of discipline and focus. It's not about having more resources. It's about being resourceful. The 1% are resourceful, not because they have more, but because they make the most of what they have. So if you want to join the 1%, you have to start thinking like them. You have to start focusing on what you want, not on what's comfortable. You have to start taking risks, making sacrifices, and pushing past your doubts. You have to be willing to grow. Because the truth is, the 1% aren't special. They're not born with something you don't have. What they have is a mindset that you can develop too. It's a mindset of excellence, of discipline, of taking responsibility for your own life and actions. When you change your thinking, you change your life. The 1% mindset isn't just about success. It's about the life you create for yourself. It's about living with intention, purpose, and the belief that anything is possible if you're willing to pay the price. So, ask yourself, are you ready to think like the 1%? Because if you are, everything else will fall into place. If there's one thing that separates the successful from the unsuccessful, it's discipline. Discipline is the foundation of all success. It's the fuel that powers your dreams, your goals, and your future. Without it, you're just drifting, waiting for something to happen. But with it, you're on a clear path to greatness. Discipline isn't about being perfect. It's not about doing everything right all the time. It's about doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. It's about showing up day after day when the world around you is telling you to take a break. It's about taking control of your actions and your emotions. It's about deciding, no matter what happens, that you'll keep moving forward. Now, I know discipline isn't easy. It's not meant to be. But that's why it's so powerful. It's the ability to make yourself do something, even when every part of you wants to do the opposite. It's about resisting temptation, delaying gratification, and staying focused on what matters most. It's the ability to say no to things that won't serve you, and yes to things that will. Imagine this, you have a goal, a dream. You know what it is, and you're excited about it. But then life gets in the way. You get tired, you get distracted, you face setbacks, and you start to doubt yourself. What do? That's where discipline comes in. Discipline is the strength to keep going, even when it feels like everything is falling apart. Discipline is the inner strength that allows you to keep your eye on the prize, to stay focused, even when the world is pulling you in a million directions. But let me tell you this, discipline is not just about doing the hard things. It's about doing the simple things, consistently. It's about creating habits that serve you, day in and day out. It's about getting up early, even when you'd rather sleep in. It's about working when everyone else is resting. It's about making the small choices that add up to big results over time. And let me tell you, it's easy to overlook the little things, but those little things are what make the difference. They're the daily decisions to stay on track, to stay focused, to stay disciplined. When you embrace discipline, you don't have to rely on motivation. Motivation comes and goes. Some days you feel fired up and some days you feel like quitting. But discipline? Discipline doesn't care how you feel. It's the commitment to do what's necessary, even when you don't feel like it. It's the ability to push through the tough days and keep working towards your goals, regardless of how you feel in the moment. Discipline is what gets you out of bed when you'd rather stay under the covers. It's what makes you pick up the phone and make that call when you don't want to. It's what makes you keep going when everyone else has given up. You have to make a decision to live with discipline every single day. It's a choice, and it's not always easy. The world is full of distractions, full of excuses, full of things that will try to pull you off course. But it's in those moments, when everything else is calling you away, that discipline makes all the difference. It's the ability to say no to the things that won't help you get closer to your goals. It's the ability to say yes to the things that will move you forward. The truth is, anyone can have a moment of discipline. But the real power lies in sustaining that discipline over time. That's where success lies. It's in the daily decisions, the daily actions, and the daily habits. You don't become successful in a day. You become successful over the course of weeks, months, and years. And that success is built on discipline. It's built on showing up every day, doing the work, and staying true to your commitments. So, I'll ask you this. What would your life look like if you had absolute discipline? What would your day look like if you didn't give in to distractions, if you didn't procrastinate, if you stayed focused on what matters most? What could you achieve if you committed to doing the work day after day, no matter what? That's the power of discipline. It turns dreams into reality. It turns potential into results. It transforms your life. And if you make the decision to embrace it, there's nothing that can stop you. Discipline is the key to unlocking everything you want in life. Without it, you're just hoping for success. With it, you're making success inevitable. There's a simple truth in life that most people overlook. Success is not about being the smartest, the most talented, or the most gifted. It's about being the one who keeps going when everyone else has quit. The power of persistence is what turns dreams into reality, what turns ordinary efforts into extraordinary results. It's the difference between those who achieve greatness and those who fall short. Let's get something straight. Success doesn't come easy. It never has, and it never will. There will be challenges. There will be times when you feel like giving up. You'll hit walls. You'll face setbacks. But what makes the difference between success and failure is how you respond to those moments. Do you quit when it gets hard? Or do you push through, knowing that the only way to fail is to stop trying? Let me give you a simple but powerful truth. It's the ones who refuse to quit who win. Persistence isn't about never facing difficulties. It's about continuing despite them. It's the ability to keep moving forward even when the road gets tough, when the odds are stacked against you, when the people around you are telling you to give up. And you know what? Every time you push through, every time you take another step forward despite the setbacks, you're building something powerful. Your resilience, your strength, and your future success. There's a story I often think about, and I want you to think about it too. It's the story of a man who is digging for gold. He digs and digs and digs, day after day, hoping to strike it rich. But after weeks of hard work, he hits a point where it feels like he's getting nowhere. He's exhausted. He's discouraged. So he quits. He walks away from the project, giving up on his dream. But here's the kicker. The person who bought his equipment and continued digging just 3 more feet discovered the gold. 3 feet! That's all that stood between success and failure. If the man had persisted just a little bit longer, he would have struck gold, but instead he gave up. And that's the harsh reality for so many people. They give up just before they hit their breakthrough. Persistence is about pushing through the hard times. It's about knowing that failure is not the end, it's just a lesson along the way. The most successful people you admire didn't achieve greatness because they never faced obstacles. They achieved greatness because they kept going no matter what. They didn't let failure define them. They didn't let the tough times stop them. Now, I want you to think about your own life. How many times have you been on the verge of success, but stopped because things got hard? How many times have you walked away just when you were 3 feet away from your breakthrough? This is where persistence makes all the difference. If you can just push through those tough moments, if you can stay committed, you'll find that success is waiting for you on the other side. The power of persistence is that it's cumulative. Every time you face a setback, you're given a choice. Will you let it defeat you, or will you let it make you stronger? Every time you get knocked down, you can choose to stay down, or you can choose to get back up. And the more times you choose to get up, the stronger you become. Persistence builds your character. It strengthens your resolve. It teaches you that you're capable of far more than you think. But I'll tell you something else. Persistence requires patience. You can't expect immediate results. You can't expect things to happen overnight. Success is a journey, and that journey requires time, effort, and consistent action. If you expect instant gratification, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. But if you can embrace the long road and stay persistent, you will eventually see the fruits of your labor. Persistence also requires belief. You have to believe that your efforts will pay off, even when you don't see immediate results. It's about trusting the process. It's about continuing to work, even when you don't know exactly how things are going to turn out. If you believe in your vision, if you believe in your potential, if you believe in the work you're doing, then you'll find the strength to keep going. So let me ask you, what is it that you're ready to give up on? What goal have you been chasing, but now you're thinking of throwing in the towel? Think about it. What would happen if you decided to push just a little harder? What would happen if you committed to staying persistent, no matter how tough things get? You might just find that success is waiting for you, just around the corner. Remember, success doesn't belong to the ones who give up. It belongs to the ones who persist, and that's where your power lies. Don't stop now. Keep going. Keep pushing. Because the breakthrough you've been waiting for could be just one step away, and when you look back, you'll realize that the power of persistence was what made all the difference. There comes a moment in every journey, your journey, when the decision you make will define your future. It's not about the circumstances, it's not about your talent, and it's not about how easy the path seems. It's about the decision you make in that crucial moment to commit fully to your vision. The final decision to succeed, no matter what. You see, there's something powerful about decisions. Every day we make decisions. Some are small, like what to wear or what to eat. Others are big, life-altering decisions. But the most important decision, the one that will shape the rest of your life, is the decision to pursue your dreams with everything you have, no matter what it takes. It's the decision to make success not just a possibility, but an absolute certainty. And that decision, when made with full commitment, is what sets you apart from everyone else who's simply talking about success, but not doing anything about it. It's easy to make small decisions throughout the day. We make hundreds of them, often without much thought. What to wear, what to eat, what to watch. But there is one decision that is more important than all the others, and it's the one that determines everything. The decision to pursue your dreams with everything you have, no matter the cost. This decision requires courage. It requires conviction. It requires you to make a promise to yourself that you will not quit, that you will not settle, and that you will not stop until your goals are achieved. Now, here's something to understand. The world will give you many opportunities to quit. Life will throw obstacles at you. People will doubt you. Your mind will try to convince you that it's too hard, that you're not good enough, that you should just give up and take the easy way out. But here's the truth. Success is not for the ones who take the easy path. Success is for the ones who make the hard decision and stick to it. It's for the ones who decide, no matter how difficult, that they will press forward. You're going to encounter hardships, setbacks, and moments of failure, but every time you face them, you'll have to make a choice. Do you quit, or do you keep going? This is the final decision. It's not a one-time thing. It's a decision you make over and over again, every single day. Every morning when you open your eyes, you will face the same decision. Will you give your best, or will you let life's distractions take you off course? Will you keep pushing forward, or will you allow yourself to be swayed by the obstacles in your path? It's easy to start a journey when everything feels exciting, but the true test comes when the excitement fades and the work begins to feel monotonous. When the road gets tough and you begin to question if it's worth it. Let me tell you something, there will be times when you will want to give up. I know it, I've been there. But you have to make the decision to push through. When everything feels like it's against you, when you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, you have to remember why you started in the first place. You have to remind yourself of the vision. This is what will fuel your persistence, your resilience, your drive to keep going. When I say the final decision, I mean this. There comes a time when you must look at your dreams, your goals, and your future and decide that you will not be denied. You will not be discouraged. You will not let obstacles or challenges stop you. It's that moment when you take full responsibility for your success. When you make the choice to never let go of the dream you have for your life. No matter how hard things get, it's that moment when you realize that your success is entirely up to you. But here's the reality. This decision, this commitment to success requires you to step up and take full ownership of your life. Success doesn't happen by accident. It doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who decide to take the reins and steer their own future. If you want it, you have to go after it with everything you've got. You can't sit back and wait for the perfect time, because there will never be a perfect time. The perfect time is right now, and the decision you make today will shape your tomorrow. Commitment to success means being willing to do what others aren't willing to do. It means making sacrifices that others aren't willing to make. It means working harder, longer, and smarter than anyone else around you. But it also means being patient, trusting the process, and having faith that your efforts will eventually pay off. And when those challenges come, and they will come, you'll have to remember that success is not determined by how many times you fall, but by how many times you get back up. But let me tell you something. It's not just about persistence. It's not just about grit. It's also about making smart choices, learning from your failures, and adapting along the way. You see, persistence alone won't carry you to success. You have to learn, you have to grow, and you have to adjust your strategies when needed. But even in those moments of change and adaptation, the final decision remains the same. You are going to succeed no matter what. So, I want you to ask yourself right now, what is the final decision you need to make in your life? What is that thing that you need to commit to with everything you have? What is that dream that you've been hesitating to pursue because it feels too big or too daunting? It's time to stop hesitating. It's time to stop waiting. Make the final decision today that you will go after your dreams. Make the decision that no matter what life throws at you, you will never give up. You will never settle. You will never stop striving for greatness. The world is waiting for you to make this decision. Your future is waiting for you to take action. And when you do, when you decide to fully commit to your success, you'll find that the path becomes clearer, the obstacles become smaller, and your vision becomes stronger. Success is yours for the taking. But you have to decide right now that you are ready to claim it. Remember, the final decision is yours. It's your life, your future, and your success. You can't wait for the perfect moment. You can't wait for the stars to align. You have to decide right now that your success is non-negotiable. That's the moment everything changes. That's the moment you stop being ordinary and start being extraordinary. That's the moment when you begin to realize that success isn't a dream, it's a decision. And that decision is yours to make. Now, as we wrap up, I want you to take a moment to reflect on the journey ahead. You've heard the truth today. Success is not some far-off elusive dream. It's a decision. It's a decision that you make every single day. You choose to push through when others give up. You choose to stay disciplined when distractions arise. You choose to persist when every ounce of you wants to quit. And most importantly, you choose to make that final decision to commit to your goals. No matter, I can't do it for you. No one can. But what I can do, what I'm doing right now, is challenging you to take control of your future. The power is in your hands, and it always has been. The question is, what are you going to do with it? Take that first step. Make that decision. Right here, right now. Commit to your dreams. Keep going, even when it's tough. And know this, you will not be the same person in a year, or 5 years, or 10 years, if you make this decision and stay true to it. Your success is not for you alone. It's for everyone you can impact. Every life you can touch, every person who will look at your journey and say, if they can do it, so can I. The world is waiting for you to make that decision. You have the power to change your life, and in doing so, to change the world. So I leave you with this. The time is now. Make the final decision and never look back. Your future is waiting. Don't keep it waiting any longer. Go out and get it.